Hi, friends. Welcome to It's Not a Sewing Vlog. Um, I'm laying in the emergency room. I was in the waiting room for 4 hours today. Before that, I was at the urgent care for an hour. And before that, I was up all night with all sorts of pain. Um, Turns out I have kidney stone / stones. We're still checking on that. Um, so, um, that's how my week's starting. More updates to come. Hi, friends. I'm back with my Not a Sewing vlog. You just saw a little clip that I took in the emergency room, and that was taken a week ago today. Today's Monday. That was taken last Monday. So last week was crazy. um, all of Halloween weekend, basically, or the weekend before Halloween weekend, depends on how you look at it. So the weekend before Halloween, I had to cancel a bunch of plans because I had all this pain. I had tons of pain. I had other things going on that are not appropriate to talk about. And I thought I knew what was happening, but when all of this pain hit like my back right side, I was like, oh, okay, something serious is happening. I need to go. And the second Monday morning, the second the urgent care was open, I had a handsome husband take me to urgent care. And once they looked at all my symptoms and took some blood work, they said, okay, we're going to send you over to the emergency room. So I had handsome husband drop me off because I wanted him to go to work and there's nothing he could do. And I sat in the emergency waiting room for 4 hours. And then they finally got me in. I was extremely dehydrated because I'd been throwing up over the weekend as well. And they actually, I don't know if I've told you this. It's probably TMI, but it's really hard to draw my blood. Like, all of my veins are completely sunk, and they usually have to draw my blood out of my hands, which hurts the entire time. But, they got to do what they got to do. And every time I have a new person taking my blood, I always say, hey, you got to take it out of my hand. You're not going to be able to take it out of my arm. And they always say, oh, I'll be able to do it. Not a problem. And they stick me like 3 times and give up and have to go to my hand. Guess what happened once I finally got into a room and they wanted to take their own blood from me? 2 different people sticking my arms. This one got stuck 3 times. This one got stuck 4 times before they finally went to this hand and were like, the first time got blood. Don't know why. I mean, I obviously know my medical, my body and my medical history. This is my body and it's my medical history. Frustration. Anyway, took my blood, gave me saline because I was severely dehydrated. I went to the CT, got a CT, which was hilarious. Let me explain. The guy who pushed my bed to the CT was a crack up. He was hilarious. He told me all sorts of funny jokes. Like, he'd make jokes about driving my bed and stuff. It was really great because I was just nervous about why I was there and what was going on. Anyway, turns out I have a kidney stone. Actually, I have 2 kidney stones, but one of them is on the move. So, if you don't know what a kidney stone is, it is a little crapitude thing of, I think they told me, I don't remember. It's like salts and minerals and stuff that have built up a little stone that's think mine is like 4 millimeters or something. They're tiny, in my kidney. And eventually it moves through your guts and you pee it out. And apparently, even though it's tiny, that hurts like nothing you've ever felt in your life. So, like, I had everyone telling me, this is going to hurt so bad. We're going to write you all these pain medications. You cannot go back to work until Friday. Like, well, I'll write you a paper for your work that says she can go back to work on November 1st. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm dying, you know? And as I'm leaving, the first lady who tried to take my blood was like, oh, what did it end up being? And I'm like, a kidney stone. She goes, I would rather give birth again. And I'm like, because I'm one of those people, like, I'm more scared of pain than, like, the actual pain. Like, just the idea of, like, being in pain, I get really scared. So for a week, I have been every day, every morning I wake up and I'm like, oh, I didn't pass the kidney stone last night. That means I'm going to have to, like, worry about it all day today. And I told my principal at the school that I'm teaching at, hey, this is what's happening. I have this doctor's note, but I'm not going to just not go to work when I don't know when this is going to happen. So if you're okay with it, the fact that one of these days I might call the office and be like, I have to go. I have an emergency. And you know what's going on. If you're okay with that, I'd just like to keep coming to work. And she was really cool. I was like, yeah, okay. Yeah, if that's what you want to do, if that's what you're comfortable with. So I've had some pain on and off, but nothing like that big pain again. And as far as I can tell, I have not passed my kidney stone. So I'm supposed to see my doctor tomorrow. And I just want to be like, hey, I can't sit around for this thing to happen. I missed tons of Halloween activities. I had like 3 different Halloween events I was supposed to be doing and going to that were going to be super fun that I didn't go to because I was worried that what would I do if I'm like suddenly passing a kidney stone while I'm there? I mean, I don't know, scare. I guess it'd be really scary for people. I guess that'd be really scary. For Halloween, I am dressed as someone passing a kidney stone. Handsome hubby is calling me. Hang on just a second. So, handsome hubby always calls me on his way home from work. To see if there's anything he needs to stop and get. And it's one of the best parts of the day because it's the first time I get to hear his voice since I leave the house this morning. It's like 8 hours of not hearing handsome hubby's voice, and then I answer the phone, there's his voice, and it's just amazing and the best thing ever. Okay, so moving on. Blah, blah, blah. We're moving past. Okay, so this weekend I was gonna go to a spooky shoot that had been like postponed, but it got canceled again because of rain, and I guess they just decided to cancel it altogether because now we're past Halloween and stuff, so, which is understandable. We have had super amounts of rain, especially on the weekends lately, but I did get to do my Outlander inspired outing, and 2 of my friends came. Not the biggest group ever, but I have done like little events and outings where absolutely no one showed up and it was just me, so I can't complain. My friend Cynthia and my friend Andrea showed up and we went to Point Defiance Park in Tacoma, and we went up to Fort Nisqually, and we were going to take some pictures and stuff outside the fort. And then I found out that Andrea had never been inside the fort. So we decided we were going to pay admission and go into the fort so she would get to walk around and see it. And we walked around and we had so much fun. And the fort is set in 1855, and we were all dressed in like, what is it, like 17, it's like the 1740s. So we were actually time traveling 200 years back and then time traveling like 100 years ish forward. it was it was fun, and the interpreters were like, "What are we doing today, ladies?" And so we had to explain. We know the fort is 1855. We know that we are like 100 years behind the fort. This is what was going on. And we found some Outlander fans there who thought us running around in our plaid skirts and our, it was just amazing. And we got a few, like a handful of pictures, but not a whole lot. And I'm really okay with that because we just had so much fun running amok in costume. After the fort, we went out to the orchard. We found some crazy, crazy mushrooms and got some silly pictures with those. We found some baby, I think apple trees maybe, that are just still trying to grow. And they've put these really cool like wood fencing things around them to keep the deer away. And then the three of us we drove to McMinnon's. I don't remember exactly what it's called. I think it's called McMinnon's. I know I'm saying it wrong. But anyway, I think it's called McMinnon's. It's a restaurant inside of an elk lodge that is in this. It's this building that was built in 1915. I can't believe I've never been there before. It is like gorgeous Victorian Edwardian, huge, huge building in Tacoma. The inside has like just beautiful woodwork and just the beautiful architecture, beautiful like wallpaper, beautiful paintings. And then they've done this thing where they have giant chandeliers inside there. And they're all different sorts of chandeliers, every kind of giant chandelier. And so you're just walking around going, ooh, I really like that one. Oh, look at that one over there. And there's this one that has like all these little like stained glass bulbs like hanging from it. I think that one was my favorite. I'm not sure though. I haven't seen all the chandeliers. And apparently, so we ate dinner there, and apparently there's a second restaurant in there that's like Spanish themed. And then apparently there's also like a hotel in the building, and there's also a club or a concert venue space in there. It might be both. It's a really cool place. I can't believe I haven't been there before. I can't wait to go back. We had so much fun. Delicious food. Yeah, it was really good. It was a great night. It was a really great night. I haven't really gotten to hang out with my friends because after I got hurt in July, and it took me like 2 months to heal up, and then I got sick, and with the house being a mess and everything, and then financial issues and everything, I have just been my energy levels to be extroverted and hang out with people have just been so low. And like the few times that I like have reached out to friends, I've really gotten mixed responses back. I mean, I have a few friends that are super sympathetic and empathetic and just kind and understanding, and a few that are frankly not at all. A few that have just been very unkind. And it's just, I don't know why it surprises me every time it happens, but it does. Anyway, moving on and upward. So, I got my Outlander skirt wearable. I'm not going to say finished because I was learning. I found this amazing video on YouTube, and I'm going to have to find it again because when I went to look for it again, it just got lost in the sea of I made an Outlander skirt videos on YouTube. But But it was amazing. The girl did so much research about Claire's skirt and like contacted the actual costumers, and like she like zoomed in to pictures and stills from the film and or from the show, and like did all this math and figured out how the pleats weren't just pleated but they were like folded back over and all this stuff. And I was like, yeah, that's how I want to do it, you know. And I got like halfway through doing it her way and went, this is not going to work for me. That I am not this costumer. Um, this first of all, I don't have as much fabric as she does. Second of all, my fabric doesn't have the same pattern, so I can't use the pattern the same way she is. Uh, C, she is tiny and I am not, so like the sizing and what she's doing isn't going to work the same way, so I can't follow all the things she's doing. And what am I counting, doing alphabet? What am I doing? And then the next one, like just all these problems. So I started looking at other videos and found a different one that I liked and switched to doing that. But like what I'd already done with my skirt wasn't really translating well into that one, and I just ended up with this skirt. It is pleated to a waistband, a really badly made waistband. And it's wearable, but the hem is like ridiculously huge. It's got like, I don't know, 6-inch hem or something, and it just, I mean, I get that that's what they had and stuff, and the research that was done, that is not, I need to cut that off, which is actually going to be great, because once I cut that off, I can actually remove the waistband and put a new one on. Yes, I just burped. Sorry. Excuse me. And put a new waistband on it. And that will fix it up a little bit. The skirt itself actually I think looks pretty cute. And looks like visually it looks really good. And the few pictures I got, I think it looks pretty good. The fabric, if you look at my Instagram, the fabric is on the lighter side of blue. It's got white and red stripes because of the color of and then like a darker blue stripe in it, in the plaid, and it's a bigger plaid, but the red stripe kind of fades to almost a pink because of all the blues. It's very not Outlander, but I think it works. I think it looked good. I of course did not get my top done, so I had to just finagle stuff. But I did wear my Colonial Williamsburg cloak. So when I went on my 10-year wedding anniversary trip to Colonial Williamsburg, my husband saw me looking in one of the little shops at these cloaks, because they had these beautiful dresses and stuff, but none of them were my size. But they had these wool cloaks in like 4 different colors, and they were lined with some of the beautiful fabrics, cotton fabrics that they sell there. And he, surprise, bought me one. And I've never worn it. I have kept it put away because I'm like, this is 100% wool. It is lined with the like $20 to $24 a yard fabric, cotton fabric, reproduction fabric from Colonial Williamsburg. This sucker is not going outside. It is not going anywhere. What if it gets dirty? What if it gets ruined? What if? And when I was trying to figure out what was I going to do to hurry and just figure something out for the top, I was like, I'm going to wear my beautiful Colonial Williamsburg cloak, because this is what it is for. And I'll tell you, when I put that cloak on and I pulled the hood up, I don't know if you're watching Agatha. I think it's called Agatha All Along or something like that on the Disney Channel, but I could hear the Witch's Road song in my head with my cloak around me and my hood up. Down, down, down the road, down the witch's road. Did you hear a bell ring in the silence? Like in your head? Ooh, it's really good. If you're not watching it, it's really good. Like, oh, such a good show. If you are not a big, like, if you haven't watched a lot of the Marvel movies or anything, and so you're not sure on the background of Agatha, here's what you need to do. Google who is Wanda the Scarlet Witch in the Marvel movies. Once you find out who she is in the Marvel movies, watch WandaVision on Disney, on the Disney Channel. If you don't own it, find someone who does and go over to their house and watch with them. It's called WandaVision. It is also excellent. And that's where we meet Agatha. And then after you watch that, watch Agatha. Okay. Oh, kindergarten is going well. I have parent-teacher conferences this week. I had my first one this morning. I think it went really well. Luckily, I had an easy kid this morning. Like, the little girl, her mom, who I was talking to, the little girl, she is one of my well-behaved kids. She does great in reading, phonics, math. She's just doing really great. So I feel like it went really well, and it was a really great first parent-teacher conference to kind of break, the ice with parent-teacher conferences and get me prepared to do them. Oh, did I mention that I have been like sick after sick, and then now I have a kidney stone? My friend, Andrea. So you know how I said some friends are like not supportive at all, and then others are like crazy supportive? Friend Andrea, Exhibit A. I just got this today. It is a get well soon package. It's got lemon and ginger tea. It's got Campbell's chicken noodle soup. It has chapstick. It has these little lemon crackers from Italy. It's got a pack of playing cards. It has chocolate wafer bites. It has a bag of popcorn. It has a word seek. It has a coloring book. A strawberry flavored shortbread cookies. That sounds amazing. And it has caramel kettle corn from the popcorn factory. I mean, it was a long day anyway, but I came home to this and I was like, man, some friends, I tell you, it's just amazing. And Andrea has only been like my friend for, what are we going on now, Andrea? This is like 2 years now? A year and a half? I think it's like a year and a half or something like that. So, I mean, that's amazing. You're amazing. Thank you, Andrea. If you're still watching my YouTube, I don't blame you if you're not, but if you are, thank you. You're amazing. I'm also going to message you, I promise. Okay, moving on. So, I sold a bunch of stuff over the last 2 months. How am I doing on time? Okay. A bunch of fabric, really, to help with some financial issues. And because of the fabrics I sold, a lot of my plans for the costuming I was going to do in November and December have to change. So I'm rethinking some of the costumes I'm going to be making, but I had a lot of fun with my friends, running around the other last night, basically yesterday. And we talked a little bit about costuming and costume plans. And it really hyped me up for some of my fall and winter costume plans. Yeah. Came up with some really good ones. Not to mention, and I'm not going to share with you what it is yet, but I think I've come up with a really great couples costume for Emerald City Comic Con for me and my husband. Um, it's from one of my favorite movies, and his hair has been growing out, and he's been talking about getting a haircut, but he's like, nah, I don't really want to spend the money on it, and I'm fine. And I was looking at him the other day. I was like, you know who you kind of look like? Ooh, you know what we could do? So I'm trying to talk him into it. If I can talk him into it, then I'll tell you what it is. But I'm playing kind of the long game here. Just little nudges, little, oh, this would be really funny. This would be really cool. Um, and just kind of putting the idea into his head, planting the seed, watering it, seeing if it will grow. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it does not work, but we'll find out. Me and my friends also talked about the Victorian Festival. And for the Victorian Festival, I know that on Friday I'm going to do like an 1860s day dress. And I think I'd really like to do like just a lovely, just the full hoop. I don't think I'm going to go elliptical, which is where it kind of curves out in the back. I think I'm just going to do full hoop because I'm going to be walking around during the day, and I think it'll be a little easier to navigate in a full hoop. I haven't decided if I want full or elliptical for the ball that night, but I need to decide. And then Saturday, it's going to be Bustle Saturday. It's time for a new bustle dress. Like, the time has come, my friends. New bustle dress. That's like, hello, this is my lovely new Victorian Festival bustle dress. And then I haven't really decided on Sunday yet. I tend to go like 1890s, turn of the century on Sundays because by that point you're a little tired. It's been a long few days, and 1890s, turn of the century is a little easier to wear, but I'm not 100% sold on that. So we'll see. I've got a couple of friends who are planning to come this year from out of town, so that should be really fun. I keep talking to friends about the Victorian Festival, and they keep wanting to come. It apparently has changed organizers, and some changes are happening. And I'm not sure how that's going. I guess we'll find out. Me and a lot of the costuming community, historical costuming community here in Northern Washington are just like such huge fans. So I really hope that they are keeping us in mind because we just love their events so much and are so supportive of them and their event. Last but not least, I might have convinced Handsome Hubby to go to costume college with me this year. I know. What? Wouldn't that be amazing? I mean, not amazing, but just like, Handsome Hubby has always been a little curious about costume college. Like, what? You tell me about all this stuff, but, And, I've told him, you could volunteer and be one of the, like, tech setup guys. Because they have people who volunteer, and they move, like, all the technical equipment when teachers need, like laptops and stuff to be connected, or a projector, or a TV in the room, or, like, different things. They move that stuff from, like, room to room and help set it up and everything. He could volunteer to help with some of that stuff. And I know there's usually like a handful, not a lot, but a handful of classes he might be interested in. There's usually at least one like leatherworking class, one like warbler class. I know there have been some like, I almost want to say like soldering classes and stuff that would probably interest him. And I know a lot of the extracurricular stuff that we do, like going to Disney, though I don't know, I'm like terrified of Disney. I feel like I'm going to have to wear knee pads and like walk with a walker to make sure I don't fall over if I go again. Also, I've been to Disney like every single year now, and I'm trying to decide if maybe I need a break, or maybe I want to do something different. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I know Handsome Hubby would love to do Legoland, which I know isn't very close to LA, so I don't know. We'll find out. I know that that's kind of vague on the costuming front, but you know me, sometimes I'm very vague when it comes to costuming. I do have one costume that I really, really want to get done. Sorry, my nose just got all stuffy. Before fall is over, before the end of November. I have this beautiful we call it a plaid, I'm not sure, fabric. And I think this would make like a really, really pretty walking outfit. Especially, and the colors are so fall, so autumn. So, and I have a couple of like 1890s like walking skirts, but not like a full matching outfit with like the skirt and the jacket and, you know, everything. So, I'd really like to do just like a full autumn outfit. I was originally planning a autumn bustle outfit, but one of the fabrics that was going to go into that got sold. So until I can find a replacement, that is on hold. Anyways, that's pretty much it for right now, my friends. As always, I'm very grateful for all of you. Thanks for sticking with me even when I just disappear from the internet for a while. Things are picking up. I'm still dealing with issues and stuff, but I'm kind of hoping that I can build up, and then the year will turn over, and then 2025 will be amazing. I have a lot of high hopes and plans and dreams for 2025. Hopefully some really big changes coming in my life. And positive thinking, right? The power of positive thinking. Again, share with me what you're doing. What are you making? Where are you going? I really love hearing all your stuff. I am an introvert who loves people and being around people. Go figure. And online is no exception. So be my people, share with me your stuff, and I will hopefully remember to make a video again soon. Bye.